We really don't want the government deciding what happens in our churches.
Tonight, local schools, hospitals, and churches are getting thrust into the national immigration debate. Places that have traditionally been kept out of it, safe spaces, protected from immigration enforcement, but that could all be changing. Thanks for inviting us in on this Friday night. It's now 11 o'clock. During the first days of President Trump's second term, he's promised to crack down on immigration, signing several executive orders on the issue. Right now, hundreds of troops are arriving at the southern border, and the promise of raids and mass deportation is creating uncertainty and unease in communities across our country.
I don't want to say when, but it's going to happen. Has to happen, or we're not going to have a country left.
Tonight, our Marina Silva talked with leaders at those protected locations about new guidance from the Trump White House and what this means for undocumented immigrants right here in Indiana.
It's still unknown for many church leaders what can be done if and when ICE agents show up to a church. But what many of them have told us, they're going to do what they can to protect their congregation.
With President Donald Trump canceling a policy to prevent ICE agents from entering schools, hospitals, and churches, some local pastors are trying to figure out what they can do.
So I just feel like that's violating the sanctity of the church.
Reverend Charles Harrison says right now many pastors are left in the dark.
It seems like to me that there should be conversations with ICE agents and pastors and priests and imams, before they come inside a church to try to make an arrest.
According to the National Immigration Law Center, ICE agents can be prohibited from going into private areas of an organization unless they have a judicial warrant or express permission. Reverend Harrison says this is something his congregation is looking into.
Since we know that now, we may need to do that.
Reverend Bo Underwood was upset to hear about the change.
I was really shocked and surprised. Again, religious liberty is such a sacrosanct principle in our society. It's enshrined in our Constitution.
And he believes many people are scared right now.
And so I think that there's a lot of concern across all Christians as to what's going on here and really wanting to make sure that the plight of the stranger is protected and that our communities are not being used for immigration enforcement.
There's a lot of uncertainty. What we do know, ICE agents can enter public areas without permission. ICE does need probable cause for an arrest. ICE needs a judicial warrant or permission to enter private areas. What constitutes private versus public and how to indicate the difference between those areas in so-called safe spaces, though, it's still a little unclear.
Reverend Underwood says he does think people will stop coming to church because they are fearful. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Tonight, state and local law enforcement are being asked to help enforce federal immigration laws. But IMPD leaders tell us that's not their job. As we reported last night, Chief Chris Bailey responded to the Trump administration directive, saying on social media, local law enforcement, including the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, does not have the authority to enforce federal immigration laws. Tonight, the president of the local police union is echoing that.
Enforcement of federal laws must be enforced by federal officers, federal agents, and federal courts, not local or state police officers or state courts.
FOP President Rick Snyder went on to say officers are required to cooperate with ICE investigations. Tonight, Indiana's Attorney General is suing a Northern Indiana Police Department over immigration inaction. Todd Rokita says St. Joseph County Police are not complying with Indiana law, saying the department does not properly notify ICE about the release of undocumented immigrants. Rokita's office has filed similar lawsuits against other agencies, including the Sheriff's Office in Monroe County.
What is happening in Monroe County and here in St. Joseph County isn't fair to Hoosier taxpayers or legal immigrants who came here the right way, like the ones I just met with and spoke with.
The St. Joseph County Police Department is refuting Rokita's claims. In a statement, leaders say they do regularly communicate with immigration officials. The department also claims Rokita has never spoken with Sheriff Bill Redmond about these allegations. Well, right now, a Southport man is in jail tonight accused of making threats online toward undocumented immigrants. Investigators tell us that 58-year-old Preston Pickett made the threats in comments on TikTok videos. The social media platform alerted the FBI and agents flagged IMPD. Police tell us the comments were posted between January 12th and January 14th. Police say they include the words, "Come J20, I will shoot on sight. I don't check IDs, so you are all illegal to me."
The impact extends beyond one person. It impacts entire communities. And what happens here is you are putting multiple individuals in fear because, certainly people are concerned about their immigration status, and this individual is alleged to have expressed a sincere desire to harm those people and in fact, kill those people.
Tonight, Pickett is charged with intimidation. He just made his first court appearance. His trial is scheduled for March. Rob?
Well, on any average night, we would expect our low temperature arrives sometime just before the sun comes up. But tonight's a little bit different. We've likely already hit our low temperature. We've actually seen the temperatures hold or in some cases bump back up. And here's the reason why. Winds are actually picking up a bit. We have strong south winds. They're anywhere from 5 to 10, almost 15 miles per hour. And they're going to get stronger, which means our temperatures probably will go up before the sun comes up. We'll be in the 20s into the 30s and yes, above freezing for tomorrow. But we've got some snow chances. I'll talk about those coming up. Scott.
All right, Rob, we'll see you in a few minutes. And now to an update on breaking news that we first brought you tonight at 6. IMPD right now is investigating how a man with gunshot wounds died and how it relates to a multi-vehicle crash on the east side of Indianapolis. Logan Gay talked tonight with an officer on the scene and shares what we know so far. Logan?
The street leading to East 38th Street and German Church Road is closed while detectives investigate a 6-vehicle crash. It started with a call about some sort of disturbance involving vehicles. Then officers learned of that 6-vehicle crash. 5 people were sent to the hospital. And after arriving at the scene, they found a man on the ground dead with an apparent gunshot wounds and a gun near his body.
It is not known at this time if that individual that was pronounced deceased died of injuries from a gunshot wound or if it was from trauma from the accident.
Officer Tommy Thompson says because of the large scene and investigation, police can't answer whether the man was inside any of the cars. But he says no matter what, this is devastating to see.
It's just completely tragic and horrible for uninvolved, possibly just became involved because some other individual's decision. And we're just thinking about everybody involved. Extremely scary. We don't know what led up to this, and we'll continue to work to find out.
Because there are so many unanswered questions, Thompson says they really need the help and participation from the community to help them fill in the blanks about what happened here.
It takes the community. We can't do this on our own. And if the community doesn't come forward, it's a lot of hard work. Our detectives, it's so much better when we can quickly bring justice for victims, when we can quickly bring an apprehension.
And get answers for families. Police don't believe there's an active threat to the community, and they expect this road to be closed for several hours. In Indianapolis on the east side, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Tonight at 11, a person is in critical condition after a shooting on the east side of Indy. We're told the victim is a male, but police have not yet confirmed that person's age. Investigators tell us the person showed up at a hospital, but they believe the shooting took place near 16th and Arlington around 7 tonight. Right now, we're working to learn more about the victim and what led to that gunfire.
People are disappointed, people are hurt, people are hurting, and will be for quite some time.
Tonight, some residents in Noblesville are voicing frustration over a Duke Energy product. Crews are clearing out some mature trees to maintain and improve a major power line. So the company has the right to do this work because of a 50-foot easement on both sides of the wires. But homeowners tonight are worried about property value and privacy. Duke reps tell us they understand the frustration, but the work is about reliable electricity and safety.